You don't get to live like this back home. I am currently riding a bike down to my next stop, 30 minutes out. And, funny enough, I'm so much happier and glad I get to live more like this. The conveniency, riding the bike out here in Vietnam. And I had a thought about this. You don't get to see these type of views. You don't get to transport like this in any type of country. So Vietnam is a massive motorbike city, country, and place. So coming back from the States, you don't get to do this type of activity and drive this far out. And I thought to myself, how different is my life back home compared to what it is right now? At least for just sightseeing, sight viewing, and really being able to explore different countries and cultures out here. And honestly, just a different vibe. Now, it is a little bit different on a motorbike. In fact, I'm actually a little bit scared that as I'm doing this, the bike could crash at any moment. But even then, back in the States, you could say the same exact thing. Car crashes happen all the time. The highway, oh my God. So I'm coming down from Atlanta, and Atlanta traffic, I-85, I don't know what it's like in New York, Los Angeles, other major metro cities, but I-85 traffic at 7, even 6 p.m., 7 a.m., even a little bit midday, it's absolutely terrible. But out here, I mean, you can probably see it behind me. It's like middle of the evening. Nothing's going on here. I'm just chilling and just riding down to my location. It's a little bit far out, but it's fine. I'm just chilling. The wind's blowing, and there's something about it that I enjoy so much more that I don't get to see back home. And the biggest thing is, I would say, is I do not miss the fact that, okay, if you imagine it, it's 7 in the morning. I just woke up. I'm getting ready to go to work. And I'm coming down the traffic lane on I-85, and all of a sudden, massive bunch of cars coming through, and I'm just waiting there the whole time, inch by inch, foot by foot, meter by meter. I don't even know the distance. All I know it's a very, very small, smooth, not smooth, very slow progress. And you're just hoping, just praying there's no traffic accident further 1 mile, 2 miles ahead, because the delay it would cause you for your going to your work, going to the place you're going, add an extra hour, 2 hours to the trip, and now you're explaining to your boss, okay, why am I late, blah, 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 they don't believe you, and now you're in this situation. And also, there's something about it here I've noticed in Vietnam. There's a stereotype here that you're going to hear a lot of beeping, honking, and people like arguing, fighting, like over the traffic. I don't even hear it at all. Well, that one time. But on a normal day-to-day basis, I don't hear it as much, as long as you're not messing with people. But if you're too slow, if something's off about you, you're in traffic light and you miss off by a second, somebody's already beeping at you. There's something about that it irked me a little bit. But here, it's much more free-flowing. It's more relaxing. And you can always see the hard workers just pushing out at it's out here like blazing hot. But there's something about it. There's still rise and shine, still grinding, still going through the day's emotions. And you get to experience it as well. So I've always been a guy who'd really enjoy the winter breeze, as you could say. And the thing about in Vietnam is that it is extraordinarily hot, extraordinarily. In fact, with my helmet on right now, and black is probably not the best to actually show, I am sweating like crazy. And even then, it's a lot. But the fact that you're able to ride motorcycles like this, you can probably see all around me, there's the breeze blowing in my face that I would never get that experience in the States. Mostly because, well, weather conditions, depending where you live, nobody's really riding a motorcycle like that, especially in this mass volume. At the same time, in terms of just how you're going about transportation, it's always in a car. Everywhere you go, you have to have a car. But here's a little bit different. You're experiencing something that's, it's not like any other country. And I'm actually really glad about that. Because this is something new for me, personally, something different. And at the same time, it's actually helping me realize, maybe I can actually do the same thing. It's a little bit different in terms of the transportation, but I can go out and ride a motorbike. I can go and ride this, okay? So we're actually about to head underground, under the tunnel. You're gonna see in a little bit, but during that time, I'm just gonna let it chill. I don't think my audio is gonna be able to pick it up, but let's just find out. And yeah, this is gonna be life that's very different back in the States. Let's see underground. That was the view. It is currently 1:12 p.m. Where was the ambulance? Where was the beeping? Where was the noise? Where was the, oh, I gotta wait 15 more minutes until the next stop? And I don't miss that at all. And that was my day to day. That was my week to week. That was my month to month, year to year moment as I'm driving it down to Atlanta. And even if I was, having that moment here in Vietnam, I noticed there's something about it. There's always something to look around. There's always something to see. There's always something to do. Always something, there's a life to it, some vibrancy when I'm looking around. There's always, oh, interesting, that person's doing some trick, or that person's, oh, wow, that person's selling that store. There's, there's always, oh, I'm in this district now, I'm in this place, oh, that's cool, that's something new, okay. But I'm assuming if you're on the highway, I-85 looks like I-85 for the next 30, 40 minutes straight. Here, you just never know. Oh, something surprises you. But as much as I would love to keep talking about how, you see something different, new buildings, new sites, everywhere. I thought about what would I say to my old self. Well, I've been living in Saigon for quite some time now, and I asked myself, what would I say to that old guys, my old self, who's stuck there, who feels like he's stuck there, who feels like, well, maybe I don't know if I can do this, maybe I shouldn't try something new. Well, I would say first, what are my options? What can I go? What can I do? Is it okay? Am I in a situation I am able to do it? If so, let's try to identify that, right? Because the reality is, it is something that has to be a burning sensation inside of you that makes you go, I don't want to live my day-to-day like this anymore. I don't want to live my week-to-week like this anymore. Same routines, same habits. I want to experience something new, something that makes me go, wow, I'm really living life. So, you have to reach that first point and stage of your life and that decision inside of your head. After that, then that's more of the logistics. Pick a country, pick a place where you feel it's something where you can stay. You feel there's something about it, something about the people, the culture, what it looks like, the buildings, the infrastructure, maybe things you've heard about from a friend, or maybe you've already visited there before. And then ask yourself, okay, can I actually see myself staying there for a little bit? Now, you don't want to commit to anything too quickly and too fast, but have the realization that it's possible, right? Now, there are obviously some very good places and some countries to check out. I always recommend the ones that have a little bit of a Western society, Western little bubble into it. Look, I'm gonna be honest, growing up in Georgia, despite me being Asian American, Vietnamese American, I'm still very closely attached to Western ideology, Western, living conditions, Western style, all that stuff. So I always say to myself, okay, what's the closest place or closest similarity to a Western situation? And some places, top of my head, are, I've heard Philippines, very similar. Bali in Indonesia, I've never been, but I've heard. In Southeast Asia, Vietnam, obviously. I'm in Vietnam right now. And the scariest part is you're thinking, wow, Vietnam is, I know Vietnamese. The thing about it, I've noticed in every single country, at least in Southeast Asian country, there's always this little bit like of a Western bubble to it, right? So in Vietnam, where I live, is in Thao Dinh. It's very Westernized, very English friendly, and very similar to the West. I'll be honest, if it wasn't, I wouldn't live there. So that's what made me assimilate and really enjoy the culture and lifestyle there much more. But man, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see, but views like the river. It's like 1 p.m. right now. I'm just chilling. I'm just driving near the river. I don't know if I'll fall. Actually, that is one huge fall. But and then afterwards, think to yourself, okay, this place I found, what steps would I need to be able to move there? What steps would I need to be able to structure my life in which I can be able to move? And the biggest part I would say in all this is your mindset. I had it very similarly as well. I was thinking to myself, I don't know if I can move here. It's comfortable in the States. It's comfortable where I'm currently living. And it's interesting, coming from actually an Asian guy or Asian American and Vietnamese American coming back to Vietnam, it was actually even harder for me, mostly because I felt a massive disconnect. So I can't speak the language. Funny enough, when they see my face, they can tell I'm Vietnamese. So their first instinct is to speak to me in Vietnamese. But the most sad, disappointing look afterwards on their face when I say 1 or 2 words in Vietnamese Then the rest in English, they're like, ah, you're one of those. You're one of those. So but I made the leap myself. I took a chance, and you know, these moments that I really enjoy. You know, obviously I'm filming this. This is not my norm, but I just wanted to show you guys, you know, a glimpse of what it's like to live on just another side of the world, a different side of the world, and at the same time get to see the views, the culture, the lifestyle, the people that you wouldn't really get anywhere else back home. You know? I would say the biggest thing that made me enjoy this more is just that I'm driving down this, I don't even know what you call it, alleyway, this street, and the wind's blowing in my face. The temperature is amazing, combined with the breeze. There's so many things to look around. There's so many things to try to interpret of this culture, looking here and that. The driver, he's just chilling, doing his thing. I'm not getting judged for this at all. No one really cares what I'm doing. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, maybe I should try out this new place. I could go eat here. There's a river I can check out. Oh man, this looks like a really nice restaurant. They're building something. People are hustling here. There's culture, there's vibrancy, and you know, it adds more life to my life because I'm not getting any younger, obviously. I'm only getting older with time, and I'm asking myself, okay, does me looking at the same thing every day really, is that how I'm supposed to live life? At some point, when do I ask myself, where can I go to see more of life? Is this really all there is to offer? So, yeah. Look, my stop is coming up soon, and so I just wanted to do this quick thing, talk about my experience, feeling the breeze, and yeah, maybe if you're willing to take a chance, come out to the other side of the world, literally. But I know it's a little bit scary, so I made a free school community down below in the description. Come check it out. I wanted to create something where I can get a group of people who might be in similar boats as I was before I made the move here, and you know, give myself some advice. Oh, almost fell off. See, that's the one thing. I'm still learning about the bikes. I actually cannot ride a motorcycle because I'm nervous as hell to actually drive. That's why I just have someone else ride it. But yeah, there's a free school community link below. Come join out, come check it out. I love to build with a community, group of people like-minded who have the same realization that, hey, my time's not limited. Maybe I'm retired. Maybe I have some a situation where I am able to work abroad, figure out my life situation, and see that there's other opportunities and options out there, just as I did when I was back in Atlanta. So check it out, link below, and yeah, let's see if you're willing to make the decision as I did. All right, have a good time.